That means, Emma Powerful, you are not actually behind Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You are not actually in support of the freedom of the Igbos. Benjamin Johnson is the Biafran evangelist that speaks the truth. I'm ready to end by it. I am happy for what is coming up. You know, whenever I speak about Emma Powerful, people don't really get me. People believe that I'm lying or what. You see what is playing now. Remember that Emma Powerful was once partnering with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know that if I tell you that Emma Powerful was the brain behind what make even if the late Ifeanyi Ubah to actually offer Nigeria his plane to go and kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, you will not believe it. Emma Powerful has been a betrayer to this Biafran race. Not today, unknowingly to our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Until now, unknowingly to many people, until now, I've been saying it, but now look at what is happening. Emma Powerful, you say you are IPOB, you are agitating for Biafra, whatever. Then a good thing has happened, has taken place in the southeast. Instead of you to be happy, if I were him, despite the fact that I am collecting money being paid by Nigerian government, it can happen, it has happened. Despite the fact that, as it is now, that is allegedly, you know, and it has happened. But I will stand silent and remain silent. Are you getting it? Without putting an action. For how long shall you continue? The Bible says in the book of Romans chapter 6, it says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abide? Verse 2, it says, God forbid. Emma Powerful, is it not the high time you caution yourself from your attitude towards this Biafran race, towards this good news that is about to take place? That means, Emma Powerful, you are not actually behind Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You are not actually in support of the freedom of the Igbos. You are not actually a member of IPOB per se. Yes, you are not. Because if you are, you wouldn't have participated in this. You wouldn't have involved yourself with this. You wouldn't have, you know, lobby or allegedly, whether allegedly or what, you wouldn't have lobbied with Nigerian military at all on this. You should have hands off and stay and stand on the fence. But you get yourself involved. It's a pity. Hello, fellow viewers, my good people of Biafra. With this, I've been able to tell you, to prove to you that Emma Powerful, those of you that are following Emma Powerful, it is the high time that you people see the truth and live Emma Powerful. It's not leading Biafra, it's not leading IPOB to the right path. Rather, it's betraying us and it's leading us into a dungeon of destruction. Are you hearing me? With this, we need our freedom, but Emma Powerful doesn't actually need our freedom. He only interested in his pocket. Look at what is happening in the southeast. See what has happened. And he has his mouth to open and say that what happened in Finland is a scam. No wonder he dropped the assignment, his duty, which he is supposed to carry out as an IPOB leader. He is supposed to be the one to stand in the shoe which Simon Ekpa stood. Because of greed, he decided to drop it and to dump it. Now someone else like Simon Ekpa pick it up. And now you're speaking against him. Look at your action again. Even after all said and done, all that you have said about Simon Ekpan, condemning him. And at the end of the day, he never mind you, and God be with him. He has finally achieved his dream. Now, what has happened, our flag have been raised all over, including the southeast. You are more powerful. What is wrong with you? What is going on in your head? Are you actually an Igbo man, a Biafran man? Are you actually have that kind of love for us? Do you actually have it? Please, I am telling you, in fact, I'm begging you, desist from this. Desist from this. For it will not pay you well. And it's damaging your reputation and your image in the diaspora of the Biafra, in the diaspora of IPOB. Because initially at the first stage, we hold you and Ikonso on a high esteem. And Ikonso died as a hero. You, the living, are now messing your heroic, you are messing it up. So disease.
But one thing Emma Powerful has always been saying is that Ekpa doesn't have the right to speak for the people in diaspora and people here in Nigeria. He said he can't talk for over 70 million Igbos. That who is Simon Ekpa to declare Biafra? And again, UN has not recognized.
Listen to me. Who is UN? Who is America? Who is America and who is CNN?
So are you saying only the America? Are you saying it's only the America that comprise of
CNN
UN?
already? CNN already have carried. BBC carry it. Which other station do you want them to carry it? Who tell you that UN did not recognize it? That is the question. You know what somebody did not know? Stand to be his senior brother. Emma Powerful didn't know all this. They are all aware and they recognize it. You get it? They know all these things. And they are engaged and they are in support. And they are partnering with us. They are partnering with what? Are you getting it? They are partnering with what has happened and what is still going on. Okay? So Emma Powerful should sit down, like I've said before, and step aside and stand. He said the Prime Minister did not have the right. Emma Powerful, for your information, in case you don't know, you were the one that even gave him the room. You are the one that engineered him. You are the one that even encouraged him. You are the one that even made him to take the bold step. Because this is something that you're supposed to do. And you did not do it. That instigated him to carry it up because he said this dream must not die like that. Because you have betrayed your master. He himself will not betray and is not ready to betray. And that is why he refuses all the promises from Nigeria, all the steps Nigeria took in order for him to drop. He refused. Just as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. For your information, Simon Ekpan has not gone differently from the platform of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He followed the footsteps of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to achieve what he has finally achieved and what we stand to see achieved tomorrow. Because of fear that is in you, Simon Ekpan, because of the spirit of betrayal that is in you, because of the spirit of greed that is controlling you, that is why you betray them and you come out now to be saying this one doesn't have right, why that one have right. Who are you to tell us who have right? Simon Ekpan did not appear, but look at what happened. Go and number the people that appear in that convention. There are thousands from different countries, thousands from different languages, thousands of different colors. That is to tell you that he, Prime Minister, knows what he's doing. And he has done us well. God bless you.
You see, people come and say that to finally get this Biafra, we can say that there is no unity, among the Biafrans or the Igbos, if I might put it that way. Do you think that with this disunity among the Igbos will go on smoothly? Because you see someone like Imapafu, Ekpa, there are so much discord, between and between and the different parties. But do you not think if they don't start together, do you think things will move on the way it should go?
I want to ask you a question. I've asked this thing again before. Who is a more powerful? Is a more powerful part of it? Is a one who betray and drop. So he is done and dusted.
You are saying it's irrelevant.
It's not relevant. It's irrelevant. And the what Oyibos are going with is what they witness. Are you getting it? They are giving us based on what we presented to them. What they have witnessed is their work, is what they are working on. So it doesn't matter who agree and who do not agree. And for your information, in a family meeting, are you getting it? There is always an opposition. Even in a family meeting, there is always an opposition. In a community meeting, there is always an opposition. In a village, in a local government, even in the House of Rep, in the House of Senate, in the local government, in the state, every corner, there is always an opposition. So, if you are talking of not being to, who tell you, if you are not in unity, we will not go as far as this. People will not gather like that. Are you getting it? Where you will say there's no unity is in Nigeria. Because if you watch the protests in Nigeria, Igbos did not participate. Or do you see Igbos in Nigerian rally? And that is to tell you where there is no, the protest now that took place in Nigeria. Did you see Igbos protest? That is where this unity is. You understand me? Completely, Igbos did not protest because we are not part. We have already declared ourselves not part of this country. So, but in this one, you see the people you say they are not in unity. You see them in mass. You say there is no unity. And you are listening. You are taking the voice of one person. Somebody, a person.
But he's a spokesman. Even currently, the way
A man powerful is a spokesperson of the curved.
not of the main IPOB. The IPOB.
No. Point of correction. Not the main
The
IPOB.
IPOB.
No.
So which one is not the curved one?
No.
So which one is the
That's
curved
why I
one?
say curve the ones. Listen to me. It's just like when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started. You understand? During his own time. Are you getting it? There are some set of people that push themselves out. You know that during that time, they now form another this thing, alliance called MASOB. You get it? They say MASOB had been before IPOB. Say MASOB was Rike. You get it? And whereas Wazirike have surrendered MASOB, you get it, to Nigeria, which I was a member of MASOB then, during Obasanjo tenure. They submit MASOB and surrender MASOB. But someone has to pick it up. And some people group, you know, understand, even Babala will have followers. You understand? Everybody have followers. So when somebody picked down MASOB, he still have followers. So that is exactly what a powerful did. So definitely he must have followers. You get it? So it's not the main. The spokesperson is the person I'm talking about. That's the primary, and that is the person that are meant things to happen. What has a powerful done for people? Can a powerful organize that kind of thing? Can he arrange that? Can a powerful pull a whole president out of his country? No, I'm asking. Can a man powerful do, as I'm talking to you now, the Attorney General of Federation of Nigeria now is in panic because come by the grace of God, Simon Ekpa now sued them and he wrote some petitions against them and the ICC asked him, you must appear. Nigeria must appear. It's a serious pan, it's a serious case. You understand? Can a man powerful do this? Has he ever tried this? Did he have that knowledge? Did he have that wisdom? Did he have the understanding? Do you know? Did he know how it goes? You understand me? I'm talking, you are mentioning somebody that is not relevant, that is not even in the game. Okay, let me tell you, if a man powerful, say he is powerful, let a man powerful organize, whether, although if I put Nigeria now, you know, you'll be scared because there may be a series of killings. You understand? Let me, that Ghana that he based, that Ghana place, let a man powerful organize his own this thing there. And let me see the kind of dignitaries that will come there. Let me see how many dignitaries in the southeast that will come there. Then let me see the dignitaries within Ghana there that will come there. And let me see the African president or people from America or whatsoever to honor that occasion. It's not the type we want. The person we want as a match. And that person is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. And those that follow their steps. Not a more powerful. Are you getting it? And this is one Nigeria never wanted before. They never wish it to themselves before. Yes, it is good as the Prime Minister himself, the IPOB man at heart, who loves his people, has finally sued the Federal Republic of Nigeria to court, ICC, International Criminal Court, on a case leveled against him, allegation, and which the Attorney General of the Federation today is catching cold, which the House of Representatives and the House of Senate, the diaspora of Aso Rock today, they are in panicking because they don't want to appear in that kind of court.
Who tell they don't want to appear?
They are scared of it.
They have their proof. Why do you say that?
Listen and listen good. Listen and listen good. You know, like I've stated it before, we have over 1 point something million evidence. And what the Attorney General wrote in his letter to the ICC in order not Nigeria to appear, made the ICC said no to Federal Republic of Nigeria, that they must appear in this case to defend it. In case you don't know, they said must. The Federal Republic of Nigeria must come and defend this. Come next year, 2025, because we already, the year is already ended, 24 is ended. 2025, you will hear more of it. You will have a better understanding. Nigeria is panicking. Look at the way Nigeria is now. Yes, that is how Nigeria is. And that is how they are panicking. Because this is a place. Had it been that the case is to be handled here in Nigeria, you know, it will have become a different ballgame. Or within Africa. But this one, they are not handling it here, but they are handling it outside. Are you getting it? And do you know what it means? International Criminal Court. Do you know what it means to appear there to defend false allegation? You understand? Because what they alleged against Simon Ekpa was false. They accused, they give the level against Simon Ekpa was false. So to go and defend it, you know what that means? It means that it will finally ridicule Nigeria. Are you getting it? And this is one Nigeria never wanted before. They never wish it to themselves before. You know, that was, I remember, if you are following the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, there was a time he stated it in the court that nobody have rights in this country to try him. That whosoever that try him is a terrorist. And if they want to try him, that the people that have the right to try him, based on what the lie, the false allegation, the level Nigeria leveled against him, well, he said that the ICC are the people that have the right to do what? To try him. You get it now? Which Nigeria never wanted. They ran away. And I remember when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was away before he was kidnapped, he invited Nigeria over there, an ICC, that they should go and meet in the court over there. Nigeria refused. They ran away too. You understand? Now, finally, they will face it. And all these things have been piled up, down, waiting for Nigeria. And waiting more evidence until then. Next year, you will see more of this. And you will now know if truly Prime Minister is fake or original. Thank you.
We know whether it's fake, original. Well, just like I've said, we know that the Nigerian government, they say they have fact, and one thing Simon Ekpa been accused of is sponsoring terrorism. I think in 2021 they said he sponsored, terrorism, with himself with 4 other people. But do you not think for Nigerian government, accuse him of doing this? Do you not think that they already have, humongous fact that they know that yes, the court, cannot, they have facts that can nail, Simon Ekpa.
Then if you have facts, why are you scared? No, excuse
But
me.
they don't come out to,
Excuse me, they are scared. They are scared. Why are they running away ever since? Even when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu invited them to the court, why didn't they appear? Why are they running? Yes, if they know that the allegation is true, even the one they level, is it today they level allegation against people? What of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? It's not today they have been leveling false accusation on people, especially the southeast. The southeastern people. What happened? At the end of the day, did they have any? Even in Nigeria now, they have not even actually taken Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to ICC. Only in Nigeria here, they judged the case. They found out that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was not guilty of any accusation. And they are still, don't you see that they hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu illegally, and the allegation was completely false. Definitely, likewise, what they are leveling against Simon Ekpa. They don't have fact. If they have 10 facts, Simon Ekpa have over 100. Are you getting it? So what Nigeria only do is to go and do and look for somebody to accuse, to play the blame upon. They don't have any. There is a difference between fact and a concrete fact. In case you don't know, even the Finland and Donald Trump and other parts of the nations, hello, they have the document of what has played against the Igbos since 1967 to date. If you don't know, yes, there is a documentary for that. Do you remember, in case you don't know, there is a man who saw what Nigeria is doing to Igbos, and he poured himself fuel and killed himself. Not even an Biafran man, but a white person. Hello, do you think that those fights are not there? Those fights are there, and they keep on doing. The one that happened during our Buhari time, Obasanjo time, the fights and the videos are there. Do you think they don't have it? Are you guys hearing me? And the one that is already going on, even in this Tinubu regime, house to house, they are going, kidnapping, taking innocent souls from their house to house, which have never taken place. Even in the Borno state, whereby they are killing generals every time, they have not done that. But this one Southeast, you think the fights are not there? I say Nigeria, AGF. He is regretting it now. Had he been the knew it, he wouldn't have wrote that letter with his signature. He wouldn't have started it.
But if Nigeria, if they are scared of this, if Nigeria were scared, CDS Musa would have not have called for the extradition of Simon Ekpa. If you know that they are doing the wrong thing.
They are doing the wrong thing. Do you know why they are demanding for that? You understand? Just as they kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and they come to court. No, even you, from the onset up to today, did they have any concrete evidence to nail Kanu? No. At the end of the day, Kanu defeated them. But out of shame, they throw him into DSS custody. On a normal day, the Kanu supposed to be under DSS custody. He's supposed to be in Kujo prison. Even himself tell them, you know, Nigeria, they are not wise enough. They are not educated enough in some certain things. You understand me? That's why they are making series of mistakes. But after making and they see the step, and when they now ask and find out the implication. You see them trying to withdraw. Are you getting it? And by that time, they have already dent their name. You get it? So all these things, they don't know what they are scared because they have, in a brief, understand the going, but they don't know the coming back, and that coming back is what is putting fear in them today. You understand me? The coming back is what is their problem today, and that's why they go for Musa. Christopher Musa try to bring Simon Ekpa, and if he can love with the same way they did with Kenya, maybe Finland will bring themselves too low to like Kenya. They will bring Simon Ekpa here and continue their all the marginalization. You understand? You know, like I said before, Nigeria is Nigeria is a country that don't respect people's rights because they don't respect the law.
So what's your take on Yakubu Gowon saying that Nigeria, the Igbos, you cannot afford another civil war?
Do you know why he says so? He knew what played during the Civil War.
From experience.
He speaks from experience. He knew it that he did not fight war, neither did he conquer Igbos. There are the people that helped Nigeria to kill Igbo, to massacre Igbos. The Westerns are no longer interested in that kind of game. Because now, if they do, other nations will be involved too. Are you getting it? There are more nations that may likely engage again. You understand? And ever the damage of 1967 to date, Nigeria have never repaired it. And Nigeria have never come out of it. You get it now?